Okay, disclaimer, this video is not teaching you how to get a sliding stop 10 foot long. This is more beginner stops, just teaching a new horse, maybe a young horse, or maybe one that just doesn't have stops and you don't want to get taken off with. This is the video that you should be watching. I am not about to teach you how to do 10 foot long slides, okay? So don't expect that. If you want something like that, watch this video because there's probably some stuff you can fix. But if you are a professional already, then why'd you even click on it? Okay, anyways, if y'all are wanting a part 2 on this video on maybe getting more advanced stops with a horse that's just getting the hang of it, and now you want to add on a little bit of length, then if you want that, I can add a video on that as well. Just let me know in the comments what you think. However, we're going to dive into today's video and get started. Okay, I do want to say before you go on and get on your horse, if this is a new horse, you're just starting to work on stops, do not just hop on and be like, stop, okay? Don't do it. Also, you're probably wondering why I have this really fancy mic on, but it doesn't work. Anyways, okay, if you have watched my groundwork exercises that every horse should know before getting on, then you will know that I always stop my horse on the ground first. If your horse has no stop on the ground, how do you expect it to have a stop when you're on it? You're just stupid, okay? It's not gonna happen, okay? Anyways, not to sound harsh, but it's the truth. Common sense, people, common sense. Anyways, so if you have not got a stop on the ground, I want you to go watch that video right now. Little overview of it is, whenever I'm walking, I'll kind of show you. I have a bridle on Rango right now, so this may not give you the right idea, which is why I really want you to go watch my groundwork basics every horse should know video, so you know what I'm kind of doing and I actually have halter on. Anyways, I'm gonna go walk Rango off, and then I'm gonna say whoa and stop. Now you can see he knows whenever I say whoa and he stops, I stop, he stops. Okay, we're gonna go again. This time I'm gonna come back towards y'all. Make sure you're saying whoa first. Whoa. Okay? Now, say for instance, I said whoa, I stopped, and he kept going. I would turn and face him and back him up. Now, I'm not going to do that because he stopped. He knows what we're doing here, okay? If your horse does not have a stop on the ground and you're struggling with this, and you come and you say whoa and stop, and your horse doesn't stop, then I want you to turn and back your horse away, however you back him up, okay? I've got a video on that too. But back your horse away from you, okay? Do not let him stay in your personal space bubble. If I want Rango out of my personal space, then I'm gonna push him away from me, okay? He's got to respect your wishes, okay? So come back later. Make sure your horse is soft in the face, number one. When I mean that, this is also on a video that the groundwork basics video. Make sure he's giving his face. You can see Rango is. It doesn't have to be perfect, but they got to be giving their face towards you and giving to the pressure that you're giving. If you're not, they're not going to stop with you. They just do not respect your hand at all. So make sure you do that first. If you got that down, let's dive into the video. Start walking him around. I'm going to pretty much just tell you what I'm doing and then I'm going to show you. So I'm going to be walking around. I'm going to say whoa, take my legs off, have my hips underneath me. When I mean that, I want you to think about your butt pockets. I want you to think about rolling your butt pockets underneath your saddle and rolling your hips forward a little bit. I'm going to say whoa, take my legs off. Okay, I'm not going to be up here. I'm not just going to say whoa, take my legs off. That's his cue. That's the cue that I train all the horses with. That's what generally most people use, so that's what we're going to be doing. If you have got a different cue that you want to learn, same concept, just put it with your cue, okay? Anyways, I'm going to get around, I'm going to walk, I'm going to say it, okay? If he doesn't stop right away, I'm going to gather my reins and I'm going to pull back and back him up a little bit. Let him sit there. Do not go off right away. If you go off right away, you stop and they're like, go, stop, go, stop. They're automatically going to think go. Now, if you're having issues later on, then you can add on to that. But for now, we're going to be walking around, take our legs off, say whoa. He doesn't stop, I'm going to gather my reins, back him up, okay? Same thing I'm going to do jogging, same thing I'm going to do loping, and then I'm going to hop on and maybe do a voiceover of what y'all can't hear me while I'm riding. So let's do it. Go ahead and gather my reins up, make sure he's giving his face. He is. Good. And I wanted to use Rango today because I use Lenny in a lot of my videos. Lenny's got pretty advanced stops. Rango stops, but they're not the best. So I wanted to use him. He will stop, he never fails, but he kind of takes his time, does it on his own time, and I want him to do it on my time. So we're gonna use him for today's video. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start walking. Keep my hands forward. I'm gonna take my leg off and say, and stop. I'm gonna let him just sit here for a minute. And move. Good. He even backed up that time. My hands are forward. I'm gonna say, woo. Good. Now that time he kind of took a step, so I'm gonna back him up. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Relax. Good. Try not to aggravate your horse, because the more they get aggravated, the more you're gonna get aggravated, the more it's gonna be a disaster, okay? If you're getting aggravated and you're getting mad, you're not gonna fix anything. You're just gonna make things worse, so just stop. A little bit, let him get relaxed. Keep my hands down out of his face. And whoop. Good. And then I'm gonna back him up maybe 1 or 2 steps. The main thing is you want them to stay relaxed. Don't get in a rush with it. Okay, so that's one thing you can do whenever you have a new horse. I'm not going to show you loping, because if your horse has never done stops, I don't expect you to just go and able to lope right off and start doing rollbacks and stops and all sliding stops, all the things, okay? Like I said, this is more beginner style video. If you want to get to an intermediate and advanced video, then I will definitely put that in here. But today is just beginners, and if you're just starting out and your horse is young, you do not want to overwhelm them, and don't push and ask too much, or else it's just going to make matters worse, okay? So this is starting off, okay? Another thing you're going to do, which I'm about to show you, is if your horse is having a hard time fighting you, you can keep your hands out straight, lock your elbows, and then whenever you say whoa and take your legs off, if they go to reach their head out, they're gonna run into your reins. Now you're not pulling back, you're simply just letting your horse run into your reins if they don't stop. Now I'll get on and show you, and you're gonna have your reins decently tight, so that way they do run into something and it's not like they just trot on for days. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my reins adjusted. So as you can see, when I lean back right now, the reins are on. As you can see, he's backing up. And I'm just gonna say, whoa. So see how whenever I leaned back, my reins kind of gathered back and pulled on him a little bit and made him stop. That way I wasn't fussing, I wasn't jerking on him. I simply, whenever I leaned back a little bit, the reins, and as you can see, he pretty much knows a lot of body language. I would advise you to really, so see, you didn't really stop that good there, so I'm backing him up. Hope y'all can even hear me. I've been trying to speak really loud, but I will advise you to work on a lot of body language, so that whenever you lean forward, ask your horse to speed up. Whenever you sit back and go, take a deep breath, have your horse slow down. Okay, and then it'll just continue going the same thing. Whenever you say whoa and take a deep breath, your horse will stop. Really work on that. Those are the 2 biggest things that I can do. Now, if your horse will not stop at all and things are going really, really bad and you don't know what to do and you think you're gonna die and get bucked off, whatever it is, I want you to do a 1 rein stop. Sorry, I keep having to move. The horses in the pasture are running around, and Rango had turned sideways to look at them, and my camera keeps falling. Anyways, 1 rein stop. If matters are awful and you have no way to stop your horse, I'm going to do 1 rein stop, and this will be the last thing we're going to talk about before ending this video, and then I will also do a part 2 if y'all are wanting more advanced stops as well. This is, like I said, we're beginner style stuff, okay? It's boring, but it has to be done at some point. Okay, 1 rein stop. You're getting bucked off, chased by a bear, whatever it is. You cannot get control of your horse's head. If you can get your horse to turn his head as tight as you can get your horse to stop, okay? Now I'm going to show you. The flexing really comes into play, which is what I said originally about the beginners, things I do on a horse before I ride them type of video, whatever that was. I'll try to see if I can pull that up for y'all. I would definitely watch that first, but make sure your horse is flexing. like I said, get on. They're giving to the reins. They're giving you their head. Not speak today, okay? Now, this is practically all you're going to do. If you're getting chased by a bear, you're literally just going to pick up on this rein and hold it until they stop. If you're getting chased, they will not be standing still like he is right now. He will probably be turning around in a circle, maybe trying to run with his head bent. If you get his head and hold it at your leg, eventually he will stop. So this is what it would look like at a walk. So if your horse will not stop when you're trying to teach them, then you need to work on getting your horse softer in the face. I'm going to pick up on the rein and I'm just going to hold it, and as you can see, he stops. You're going to do that walk, jog, lope, practice it, and that's all you will do when things go wrong. So I'm going to just pick up on my rein, hold it. You can see it doesn't take long for him. I'm going to do it at a jog for y'all as well. And he stops. Good boy.